Okay, so as in our previous session, we already have discussed about what are the things we are going to cover in our course. So in continuation to that, like previously we have discussed what is the meaning of the programming language, why programming language is important, and now today we are going to start the actual session, which are basically related to the Python. As we already discussed, this course is going to cover Python and ArcPy. So 50% of the course is for Python, and after 50% of the course, we will discuss about ArcPy and will develop many tools in ArcGIS Pro. So today, everyone, please focus on this because as like we are considering that everyone is coming from the non-development background, so things is going to start from scratch. So if anyone have any question, anytime you can ask. So the first thing is when we are talking about Python, and even you guys already have means try to search about Python. What is Python? What is the definition of the Python? And why exactly we are using the Python? So I will try to explain you things in very easy way, and I hope everyone will understand. So if I will try to find the definition of the Python in Google, in ChatGPT, anywhere, then in most of the places you will get this definition. Python is a interpreted high level general purpose programming language. So if we will understand each and every terminology, then definitely we no need to remember the definition. Simply, if anyone asks you what is Python, or why we are using the Python, then easily you can explain what is Python. So here, if you see in this definition, there are some very complicated words we are able to see. Interpreted high level general purpose programming language. So we will try to understand each and every word, like interpreted high level general purpose, and then after what, then after programming language. So to understand this word, first we will start with the concept of the programming language. So something about the programming language we already have discussed in our previous session, but to get complete understanding on today's session, we have to know about language and programming language. So, what is the language? You already told me in the previous session. Language is nothing. Language is just the medium of what? Medium of the communication. So, if I want to talk with someone, so I can use language and express my ideas and express my thoughts in front of anyone. That is different matter. This guy will understand my language or not. But if I want to express my ideas, if I want to explain something to someone, then I have to know the language. Without language, we cannot do things properly. So here, coming to the, because I am not going much discussion of on the language, directly coming to the programming language. So here, as you know, when we are when we are trying to talk with a computer, when we are trying to give some instruction to the computer, from that point, this programming language comes in the picture. If you want to give instruction to the computer, so using the normal English or what the sentences we are using that sentences, definitely we cannot give instruction to the computer. And even if you will try to do, computer will not understand, because the reason is computer can understand only one language. Acha, here one more very important thing. Whatever the things I am telling, each and every word you please understand properly, because there is a meaning of each and every word. So here, when we are trying to tell something to computer to do, means we want to give some instruction to the computer. So definitely we cannot give instruction like we are talking each other, because computer understand only one language. That language is called, what this is called, can anyone tell me? Computer understand which
Binary.
language? Computer will
Binary language.
understand binary language. Computer will only understand one language, that is called the binary language, and sometime this is called machine language as well. So if someone asks you about the binary language and machine language, so first of all, both are the same thing. Second thing, when we are talking about the binary language, so in binary language, there is only two characters we are using, that is 0 and 1. So computer can understand only one language, that is called the binary language. And in binary language, only two character we can use, that is 0 and 1. So when we are talking about the thing, so computer understand only binary. The language understand by computer, this is called the programming language. Now here, the important thing, computer will understand only binary language. That is 100% sure. But the problem is you or me, when we are writing any program, when we are writing any program, so now these days, we are not writing any program using the 010101, because the reason is, to write a program using 010101, this is very tough, and even you cannot properly read as well what you have written. Like, let's suppose if you want to write hello world, you want to print a hello world. So to print the hello world itself, you cannot write hello and world. You have to convert hello, you have to convert world in the 010101, then only you can write, then only computer can understand. So here, one very important concept to what we are going to discuss, then how we can resolve this thing, because computer understand only 010101. Computer will understand only binary, and we don't know binary. We are trying to write a program in normal English. Then how we will do? But ultimately, the normal English, what we are going to write for the program, the normal English, what we are going to write to instruct computer, that language is basically called what? That language is called the programming language. There are n number of programming languages are available in the market. We have, as you guys already heard about C, C++, Java, Python, JavaScript. There are many languages are there. So these all are called what? These all are called the programming language. Now here, this is very important thing. If you will understand this, then going forward things will be easy. So when we are talking about the programming language, so scientist when scientist has started writing a program, when very initial days when computer invented, after that when scientist has started writing a program, so that language what they have used, that language is called the first generation language, or this is called the low level language. Okay. In at the starting of the computer, at the starting of the computer, what the language scientists have used to instruct to computer, that language was called the first generation language, or this is called the low level language. That language they have used only 010101. And as I told you, when you are writing a program using a 010101, that is called what? That is called the machine language, or that is called the binary language. So when computer has invented, that time scientist has used the language, that language is called the machine language, or that is called the binary language. In that language, whatever the program they have written, that program has written using 010101. Then over the time, people have faced a lot of problem, because as I told you, if you are going to write a program and I ask you ki just use only 010101, then it will create a big problem to understand the program, to debug the program. So some people have tried to make things in easy way. So what they have done, along with the 010101, for some words, for some particular things, they have used some small words. Like for example, for the multiplication, they have used MUL. For the addition, they have used ADD. For the subtraction, they have used SUB. Still, still, the complete program is basically not converted in normal English. In the complete program, some of the part they have used 010101, and in between 010101, in some part they have used some small words. Basically, that words is called the mnemonics. What that is called? That is called the mnemonics, and that language where scientists have used 010101 along with some small mnemonics, that language or this level, this is called the second generation language, or this is called the middle level language. And the language what they have used, that language is called the assembly language. Actually, when I started development, when I have done my MCA, that time in my course, there was one paper. That paper name is the assembly language. So in assembly language, we have written small programs using the assembly language like 0101 and mnemonics. Even you can understand the complexity of the program. In my examination, I got question for the assembly language, just to write a program to add two numbers. That's all. So to write a program using two numbers and adding all these two numbers, even for that I have to write one page of program. So in the second generation, some problems solve, but still things are not solved properly. So low level language you understood. Low level language means machine language. Middle level language is the assembly language. Now coming to the next era. In the next era, we have proper language where you can write things in normal English, complete normal English. That language or that time is called the high level language or third generation language. So here we have first generation, second generation, and third generation means now we are trying to this conclude the things. So programming language, we have three categories: low level, middle level, high level, or we can say first generation, second generation, and third generation. Whatever the language you guys heard, whatever the language you heard, like C, C++, Java, C sharp, any language, what you have heard, all these languages comes in the category of high level language or third generation language. So I think you guys understood about category of the programming languages and what kind of languages we have used in each category. In the first generation, only one language, that is called the machine language. In the second generation, only one language, that is called the assembly language. In third generation, there are hundred of languages, means Python, Java, C sharp, C, C++. Every language comes under the category of high level language or third generation language. Clear to everyone till this point? Or anyone have any question? Okay, great. So now we have understood about the category of the programming language. Now coming to the very interesting part. The interesting part is like as we have seen, there are three uh, generation: first generation, second generation, and third generation. And before that slide, I already told you computer understand only which language? Computer understand only which language computer will understand?
Binary language.
Binary language. Computer will understand only binary language. Now the thing is, give me one answer. I will ask you one question. There are in our in our politics, no, there are many politicians are there, and there are many politicians, they don't know about the English. They don't know, they cannot talk in English, but still these people are roaming here and there. Even you can take the example of Modi ji. Modi ji as you know, he is a very good his speech delivering is very good, but he don't know about the English. But always he is roaming China, Japan, and here and there. Then how he is basically talking and how he is doing the discussion with the foreign people? Can anyone tell me?
They bring the translator of some.
They are using translator. Very good. So if we want to, let's suppose I know Hindi, I know English, but I don't know Telugu. But if I want to discuss with Telugu person or Telugu people, so definitely I cannot do without translator. So here also, in any programming language, there is a very big role of the translator. Can you tell me one thing? If we are in the first generation phase, let's suppose if we are in the first generation phase, in the first generation, what language people have used? In the first generation, what language people
Lower
have
level
used?
language.
Low level language. Do we require to translate low level language?
No.
No,
No.
because the low level language you have written program in 010101, and computer will also understand 010101. So you no need to translate anything. So one thing always remember, in interview, if anyone will ask you, in the first generation, what kind of translator computer will use for the running the program? So always remember the answer is, in first generation language, we don't require to translate the language, because the reason is the first generation language is the machine language or binary language. We no need to translate anything. So like here I have just basically trying to show you something. So when you have written something in English, and here we required what? We required the translator. Translator will convert your English written program to the 010101, and then computer will understand. So now I believe you guys understood one thing. Whenever we are going to write any program, because we are going to write a program now these days, we are going to write a program in English. So whenever we are going to write a program, always we required what? Always we required one. What we required?
Translator.
Translator. If you are going to use any language means, and the thumb rule of the programming language, when we are going to use any language, or you can say like any third generation language, we have to use what? We have to use the translator. Now coming to the detail of the translator. What are the different type of translator we have? So we have three type of translator: assembler, compiler, and interpreter. Now please understand carefully. If you will understand, then you will never forget. We have three generation: first generation, second generation, and third generation. First generation, we don't require any translator. Second generation, what is the language we have used in second generation? What the language we have used in the second generation? Can anyone tell me?
Assembly language.
Assembly
Middle
language. So
language.
always remember, in the second generation, the translator what we required, that translator name is assembler. Assembler is the name of the translator which convert assembly language to binary language. Assembler is the translator which convert assembly language to the binary language. So in other word, you can tell assembler is the translator which we required in the second generation language. Because in the second generation, we have only one language, that is assembly language. So to convert assembly language to the binary language, we required what? We required assembler. Clear to everyone till this point? Now coming to the other tools, compiler and interpreter. In very easy word, because I am 100% sure if you are going to understand what is compiler, what is interpreter, you will be confused. Now I will try to explain you the difference between compiler and interpreter in very small example. Let's suppose when any politician is going to deliver a speech in Kerala. That guy doesn't know about the Malayalam language. Any politician who knows Hindi, he is going to deliver a speech in Kerala, and he has a translator. Okay, he has translator. Whatever the things he will tell in Hindi, that translator will convert in the Malayalam. Now there are two ways. There are two ways we have to translate. One is politician will start the speech and he will end the speech. Means he will deliver 10-minute or 15-minute speech completely. Then after, translator will convert the entire speech in Malayalam language and deliver. Okay? Means the complete speech he will deliver first in Hindi. Then the translator will convert entire speech to the Malayalam language and work is done. This is one way of the translation. Another way of translation is what? Another way of translation is that politician will deliver one line. That politician will deliver one line, translator will translate one line. Second line, translate second line. Third line, translate third line. Like this. So in computer, in programming language, whenever we are writing a program, so ultimately the complete program we have to translate to the binary, then only computer will understand. So there are two type of translators are in market. One is compiler, other one is interpreter. Compiler is the translator which will convert entire program in binary language in one shot. Means compiler, what compiler will do, if the translator type is compiler, then it will take your complete program and convert to the binary language. But at the same time, if the translator type is interpreter, then it will take your program and convert line by line. So I believe you understood what is the compiler and what is the interpreter. Can anyone repeat? Can anyone tell me what is the difference between compiler and interpreter? What is compiler and what is interpreter? Anyone can explain. You can explain in your word, no problem. Hello? Anyone please tell what is the difference between compiler and interpreter? What I explained, you can explain in your word, please. Anyone at least can try.
Yeah, yes. Compiler
Yeah,
is
Sandeep.
compiler will translate the program into the one shot, and interpreter will translate the program line by line.
बहुत बढ़िया. Perfect. Perfect. Exactly. This is the definition, or this is the things what I am expecting from your side. So compiler, it will take the program, it will take the complete program and it will convert in one shot. And at the same time, interpreter will basically take the program and convert line by line. Now here the question is, do we need to select a type of translator in language or what? Means
آره بهتون
definitely.
گفتم یکی یکی دارن این بازوهاشون رو
Yeah, Bashir,
میزنن
can you please be on
و
mute? Okay, so the thing is, in this world, whatever the language we are using, okay, in this world, whatever the language we are using, C, C++, Java, C Sharp, Python, any language, all these languages is supporting only one type of translator. Maybe that is interpreter or maybe that is compiler. There is no language is available which you can say like this language support interpreter and compiler both. Means you, any language will not give you choice कि you can translate using the interpreter or you can translate using the compiler. So it means whenever you are going to use or whenever you are going to explore any language, before going to start using, you can check in internet that language is the compiler based language or that language is the interpreter based language. So any language, either that language will be the compiler based interpreter, compiler based translator, or the language has interpreter based translator. Clear? Understood the concept of the translator? Clear to everyone? So here, if you see assembly language, the translator, what we are using to convert assembly language to machine language, or the translator, what we are using to convert assembly language to the binary language, that translator name is what? That translator name is the assembler. All the high level language, any high level language, what we are using, if we want to convert this high level language to the machine language 010101, so we are using either compiler or interpreter. Remember one thing, that is not in your control कि you can use compiler or you can use interpreter, because that thing is predefined. That thing is predefined means, let's suppose if you are using the C sharp. C sharp is basically what kind of language? You can check. C sharp has the compiler. Python has interpreter. JavaScript has interpreter. C++ has compiler. C has compiler. So any language what we are using, ultimately that language or the program what we are writing, that program is going to convert in 010101. For conversion, language is using translator, maybe that is compiler or maybe that is interpreter. Why I am again and again talking about the compiler and interpreter? Because the reason is we are in the era of high level language. No one is going to use assembly language. No one is going to use machine level language. We all are using high level language, so that either we are going to work with the compiler or we are going to work with the interpreter. So I believe this is clear to everyone. Now, the next important thing. So as I told you ki each and everything what we are discussing is relation with the previous slide or relation with the previous discussion. So if you guys have understood about the programming language, understood about the translator, then after understood about the compiler and interpreter, especially compiler and interpreter, Then now we'll discuss about some more very interesting thing here. So like here, what is Python? And here I am trying to explain you about compiled language, how the compiler based language is working. So see here, let's suppose this is your laptop, left side is your laptop and right side is your client laptop. Okay, left side is your development machine and right side is the machine where client is going to use your program. So we'll start from the left side machine because this is our machine. We are a developer. So first thing is we will write the program. This is my program, but we have written in normal English. Okay. Now after that, I want to run this program to my client machine. But as you know, we cannot write or we cannot basically run this program in client machine because the program what you have written, this is in English, normal English, and computer will not understand the English. Then what we need to do, as I told you, we need what? We need one. What we need one? What we need here?
Translate.
We need one translator. I am currently here, I am using the compiler. Compiler will translate the program what I have written to the 010101, and this program or this file I will deliver to the client. Client will run the program and he will feel happy. So this is the procedure. This is the procedure if you are working with any language. This is the procedure which basically if we are working with any language, that is the compiler based language. So here you have written the program, compiler is converted this program to the 010101 and given to the client. Now there is one or two small questions. You have written this program here, you have compiled, you have generated this file, and normally I just for your information I just tell you this file what you are generating, normally this is called, this is basically either exe file or .dll file. Okay, now this file what you have given to the client, can client or just means if you not think much on this file, just tell me one quick answer. Can client read this file? Means what you have written, can client understand this thing from here?
No.
No, correct? Because मैं आपको file दूंगा 010101, then you can also not understand. So client also will not understand. Chalo, okay, good. Now coming to the second case. The second case is what? Second case is now I am using one language. That language is using the interpreter based translator. So same situation. I am a developer. This is my machine. This is my client machine. I have written the code. I have written the code, and then after I have directly given this code to the client. I have directly given this code to the client. Client has what? Client has interpreter. Client will convert this file and get the output like hello world or something like that. Now here my question is, whatever the code you have written, can client read that code? Because the file what you have written here, the same file you have given to client. So client can read or not? Don't think much. Okay, don't think much about the technicality. जैसे कि मैं आपसे बात कर रहा हूँ ना as a layman, means you don't know anything. Just give answer what I am telling, based on that give me the answer. So this program you have written, You have this just given this file to the client. Client has taken the file. Then after client has done something, client got the output. So my question was, if you will give this file to the client, so client can read your file or not? What you are
No,
thinking? It means
no,
client can read or not?
no.
See, you first of all, again I am telling, don't think much technicality on this. Simply you have written one application. Okay, you have written one leave application. This leave application you have given to the client. Okay, abhi after getting the leave application, client is doing something. But client has your application, so client can read your application or not?
Yes.
Client can easily read your application
Yes.
because the file what you have written, that file directly you have given to the client, and client can easily read your application. Client can easily read your code. Then after, because ultimately client cannot run this code directly, client has to translate, then only in computer this will run. So the biggest problem what you are able to see here, if we are using the compiler based approach, then one good thing is client cannot see our code. But if we are using the interpreter based approach, then client can see our code. Please remember this part. So because these thing is going to discuss in the next slide. So here, compiler and interpreter, there are some differences I have written here. Compiler means what the file you have given to the client no need to do anything directly. Client can run the file and get the output. Definitely this will be the faster. Source code private. Source code, as you guys know, client cannot read your file. No cross platform. What is the meaning of this? Always remember one thing. Any language, any language, if you are using, and that is the compiler based language, any language what we are using, and if this language is a compiler based language, so always remember one thing. Whatever the file you are generating after the translation, that file that file either it will run on the Windows machine, or this will run on the Mac machine, or this will run on the different machine. Means what I'm trying to say, when you are using the compiler based approach, when you are using the compiler based language, you have to generate file for different platform differently. Means if your client is using Windows machine, then you have to translate the file based on the Windows machine, because Windows machine, Mac machine, the internal architecture of the computer is totally different. Windows machine is basically working on different logic, and Mac machine is working on different logic. So if you are using a compiler based approach, so you have to define the final file, translated file, it is going to run on the Windows machine, or this is going to run on the Mac machine. But at the same time, if you are using the interpreter based approach, means if you are whatever the language you are using, and if that language support the interpreter based approach, then we have very good thing. We no need to generate final file for different platform differently. If you are using the interpreter based approach, one program, one output, this will run on the Windows machine, this will run on the Mac machine. Like, because we are going to use Python, and Python is majorly using the interpreter based approach. Because of that reason, you can write a single program in Python, and that program, it properly run in the Mac machine, and this program will properly run on the Windows machine. You no need to worry about that. But let's suppose if you are using the C#.NET and your client is basically using the Windows machine, so you have to write a program accordingly. So because of that reason, this point is here, not cross-platform. And interpreter is basically cross-platform. Cross-platform is single program. This will work on the multiple platforms. So interpreter-based approach is basically easy to implement because only one time we need to write. But at the same time, the problem we already have seen in the previous slide. Compiler based approach, client cannot see your program, but interpreter based approach, client can see your program. Why I am telling you these are the problems, or these are the benefit, or these are the losses we have? Because the next slide we are going to mitigate all these things. We are going to get the plus point from the compiler, we are going to take plus point from the interpreter, and we are going to discuss about the hybrid approach. Not 100% compiler, not 100% interpreter. Now we are going to discuss about the hybrid approach. So please understand carefully. Now I am coming to the hybrid approach. What is the hybrid approach? One problem I want to solve, that is, there are three main issues what we are trying to solve. One is what? One is our code should be private. Means whatever the code I have written, client cannot see that code. This is one thing. Second problem, I don't want to write a program two times. One is for the window, one is for the Mac. I want to write a program only one time. Third thing, I want to make my program speed, means I want to make performance is good. Now how we are going to solve this problem? Please understand here. So the same thing, machine is here. You have written the program. And now please understand this thing carefully. When you have written the program and here you have used the compiler, this compiler will translate this file to the intermediate language. I am not saying 100% 010101. I am saying here what? Intermediate language. Intermediate language, what is the meaning of the intermediate language? The meaning of the intermediate language is half compiled. This is not 100% compiled. This is half compiled. So in your machine, you have written the program, we have used the compiler, and we got the intermediate language file. As I told you, this is the half compiled. Even this is half compiled, no one can read this file. So I will going to deliver this file to the client. Chalo, kaam ho gaya. We have given the file to the client. Because this is a half compiled, file, client cannot read my file. Why? Because there are many 010101 will be there. Now what client will do? Because this is a half compiled, computer will not understand. So now I have given the interpreter to the client. What we have given? We have set interpreter to the client machine. This interpreter will fully convert this file to the computer understandable format, or this interpreter will convert half compiled file to the 010101, and this will run on the computer. So here the thing is, if you will see, there are many problem is resolved. First problem is what? First problem is client cannot see your code. This is resolved. Second thing is what? This half compiled file, you can run on the Windows machine, you can run on the Mac machine, any type of machine you can run this half compiled file. Why? Because the reason is whatever the machine you are going to use in that machine, the interpreter type is based on that machine. Means if you are using the Windows machine, this interpreter will convert your half compiled file to the window base format. If you are using the Mac machine, this interpreter will convert this file to the Mac machine format. So you no need to write two program. One is for the window, one is for the Mac. Both only one program is going to work on both the machine. So this is the beauty of what? This is the beauty of the hybrid approach. And Python is using this approach, hybrid approach. Actually, when you will try to find the definition of the Python on Google, when you will try to find the definition of the Python in ChatGPT, everywhere you will get Python is a interpreted language. But always remember one thing, and even in any interview also, if someone asks you, is Python is an interpreted language? So always tell Python is not 100% interpreted language, nor 100% compiler based language. Python is using hybrid approach, half of the interpreted and half of the compiled. So here if you will see the next slide, this is the same thing what I explained you. This is the entire Python cycle. You have written the source code. Then after it will come to the compiler. Compiler. Acha, one more thing. Whenever we are writing the Python code, what is the extension of the file? Can anyone tell me? When we are writing a Python program, then what is the extension of the Python file?
py dot
.py, correct?
Dot py.
After the compilation, the file what we are getting, that file is the .pyc. Whatever the code you are writing, that file extension is .py. After the compilation, the file what we are getting, that file is the .pyc file. And then after that file, this is bytecode. Bytecode, what I explained you know, half compiled. This PYC is basically what? This PYC is the bytecode file or intermediate language file, or this is half compiled file. Once you will deliver this file to the client, then client will run this file in his machine, and after that we will get what? We will get the output as per the expectation. Then after here I have just trying to show you the list language and type. So C, C++, Objective-C, COBOL, these all are the compiled based language. These all are the interpreter based language, and there are some languages which are using the hybrid approach. Out of all these, Python is also is group belong to the hybrid approach only. Now after that, there is a, if you remember in our first slide, the term what we have used, Python is a general purpose language. What is the meaning of the general purpose language? The meaning of general purpose language is actually previously what happened, when the people try to learn C, C++, Java, and any other language, so those languages are specifically designed for particular thing, like C or C++. You cannot develop the web application in C. You cannot develop the web application in C++. Like you cannot develop the mobile application using particular language. But here When we are talking about the general purpose language, general purpose means doesn't matter in which domain you are working. If you are working in GIS, then Python has capability to develop something in GIS. If you are working in the data science, if you are working in the AI ML, if you are working in the this GUI based application, if you are working in the game development, if you are working in any field, so in each and every field, we can use Python, and because of that reason, we are saying Python is a general purpose programming language. Okay, so this is all about this session. Now, after that, quickly I will come to the questionnaire. So that is basically based on today's session. You guys can unmute yourself and you can check these questions. Python is what? Python is a
Programming
database
language.
programming language. Python is classified as.
High level.
Python is part
High
of
level
what?
language.
High level language. Python is compiled only, interpreted only, or a hybrid approach
Hybrid
language.
approach.
Hybrid approach.
A Python programming is a what? Sorry, a programming language is what?
Communication medium between user and computer.
Correct. Computer directly understand.
Binary.
Binary language. Binary language consists of
0 and 1.
0 2.
which is a low level language.
Machine language.
Machine language. Assembly language uses
Binary. No.
याद करिए please.
Mnemonics such as
Mnemonics such as add and sub. Python belong to
third generation.
first generation, second generation, third
Third
generation,
generation.
third generation. A translator converts translator
Source code to
converts
machine
source code to machine code. Which of the following is not a translator? Browser. An assembler converts. Assembler converts what?
Assembly language.
Assembly language to machine language. Very good. Compiler works with. Compiler works
level.
with. Correct. Interpreted language executes. Interpreted language line by line. Very good. Which of the following is an advantage of the compiled language? Fast execution. Because whenever if you are using the compiler based language, it will directly give the output, and that output we are delivering to the client and client can run easily. So the faster execution we will get in the compiler based language. Which of the following is an advantage of the interpreted based language? Which of the following is an advantage of the interpreted language? Fast execution, easier debugging, source code privacy, no interpreter required. So actually here you can say like this is the, we have the faster execution also, we have the source code privacy. Acha, actually because this is the advantage of the interpreted only it is talking about, correct? So this is will be easy for the easier debugging. Means actually maybe this will, you will not understand that because we are going to discuss sometime later. So if you want to, if you have written the program and that program is going to use the interpreter based language, so it will be easy in the interpreted language. Where is the issue? If any problem is there, so easily we can find in the interpreted based approach. Compiled programs are generally what?
Faster.
Faster. Interpreted language are generally easier to test and debug. Intermediate language, IL, is also called. Just now I told you.
Bytecode.
Bytecode. Python uses pure compilation, pure interpretation, intermediate bytecode approach, machine language.
Intermediate bytecode approach.
Intermediate
Correct.
bytecode approach.
Python source code is compiled to
PYC.
PYC.
Twice.
Python virtual machine, PVM, executes. What it will execute? It will execute the bytecode. Which of the following is listed as a hybrid language in the presentation?
Java.
मेरे ख्याल से जावा रहेगा, देख लेना. Which Python library is used for the scientific calculation? So this is basically NumPy. Which Python framework is used for the web development? This is the Django. So this is basically if you are not able to give the answer of these two questions, no problem, because we have not mentioned anything related to this in our session. So I hope you guys understood about the first generation, second generation, third generation, then after what is the translator, and